Hi, and welcome to 3 Charts in 1 with me, Richard, Market Analyst for Infonox on Wednesday, the 7th of September. Got 3 charts we're going to look at today. We're going to look at Forex with cable charts still looking negative. We're looking at the gold price, which seems to still be a sell into strength, and also the DAX, which once more is looking like a sell into strength. So let's have a look at sterling dollar first of all. What we've seen is this continued move lower, but look at these trend lines here, these downtrend channel that if I go back, we can see this downtrend is basically been in place pretty much since May, but you could argue it goes back to sort of the March area, and it's seemingly coming back towards the bottom of this channel. And if you scrunch up that, you can see that the bottom of the channel comes in around the 114 mark, and 114 ultimately is that post-COVID reaction low, 114 big figure. So it looks like we're coming back towards that sort of area on sterling dollar. The little rebound that we've had at the front part of this week looks to have just been another chance to sell. A big bull failure yesterday, little intraday move higher, and then a move back down towards the closing around where the open was, arguably a shooting star, but not decisively because it's not in an uptrend, so we wouldn't really call that a decisive shooting star, but still we've got this downtrend here in play. Any sort of unwinding move seems to be a chance to sell within this uptrend. That uptrend comes in, if I get the crosshair, that uptrend comes in around the resistance of yesterday's high now, 116 big figure area, 116.15 area. So that's the resistance initially. But you look at the oversold RSI, you'd say, well, maybe there's a technical rally due, but it just looks like negative configuration on momentum. You go on the 4-hour chart, you can see that unwind to 50 on the 4-hour RSI yesterday was a selling opportunity, again falling away after that. So the initial support 114.40, but it looks like 114.10 is going to be tested at some stage. Moving on to the gold price, well, what we've seen is this run down with lower highs and lower lows, and sort of any time you get this overhead supply area, it seems to be the basis of next resistance. And we've seen that again, that bull failure that we got yesterday that came around the uptrend, came around the downtrend. That is a 1-month downtrend. And the resistance came within that sort of 1720 to 1727, the old low, which is overhead supply territory on a near-term basis. That failure there, falling away again overnight, it's fallen once more, and it looks just like it's selling into strength. Anytime you get this on the RSI, look at the negative configuration. Any rally is sold into fairly quickly. It's not oversold. There is further downside potential. I mean, the move back in July got to the low 20s on the RSI, so there is certainly scope for a test of that 1680 level. Let's put it on the weekly chart. You can see 1680, the importance of that, and several lows on the weekly chart coming in around that level. And if that gets broken to the downside, it really does open the downside once more, and you're looking at the low 1600s as a big sort of effectively a big trading range breakdown. I mean, the downside projection of that I don't really want to talk wouldn't want to talk about. It's a big projection lower, so but it looks as though that gold is going to be testing that 1680 level, 1677 as support in due course. And finally on the DAX, another market that's selling into strength. It had that rally through July into August, but it's fallen away quite sharply. There's quite a sharp downtrend that you've got in place here now. And the overhead supply, again, I always talk about overhead supply. Old lows become new resistance when they've been broken, and you can see these old lows of July and into August, they've become resistance on the rebound higher. All these long upper tails on these candlesticks suggests that just a series really of bull failures, and you've got small candlestick bodies, which again, or small or negative candlestick body, I should say, which again suggests that the buyers just cannot get any sustained traction in a move higher, and it just looks as though that any rallies are seen as a chance to sell. You've got the negative configuration on momentum, but again with downside potential, I think, on this for further moves lower, and I think any rallies are going to be seen as a chance to sell. You've got the initial support that comes in around that 12,580 area. I mean, I can see that that's going to be broken, and then you're looking at the 12,375 to 12,425. That's sort of support band from June into July, but it looks as though rallies are a chance to sell on the DAX. And you've got the 4-hour chart, consistent negative configuration on that 4-hour. Anywhere back towards that sort of 50 area is selling opportunity territory. I just think for renewed downside, it needs a move above 12,900 at least, and a decisive move at that to start to generate some positive move and positive momentum, but it just looks as though it's still a struggle. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you soon.